Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Tonight we're talking about sex toy hacks, getting your bedroom mojo back, and the O-shot. Could this be the cure for female orgasmic dysfunction? We'll find out. Enjoy the show. Oh, but first, you know I'm always saying how important it is to mix things up in the bedroom? Well, Hustler Hollywood stores should be your main destination for the best toys, erotica, the sexiest lingerie, and most of all, the easiest way to find the answers you've been looking for to enhance your sex life and the products that you need. Because here's the deal. You guys can talk about it at home, listen to my show, which is great. But how fun is it to go into an actual store like Hustler Hollywood? They have 12 stores around the country. You got to check it out. And, make a little date night. Say, hey, honey, I'd like to try this vibrator. And he might say, let's check out this porn. And then you leave and you have rockin' sex at the end of the night. Hustler Hollywood has amazing stores. They sell really cool lingerie. Everything that you think about sexually that you think, that might be fun to try, they have that at Hustler Hollywood. So check it out. HustlerHollywood.com to find your local Hustler Hollywood store. And if you use code Sex with Emily at checkout, you get 20% off your purchase. Plus, they also have a new store at HustlerHollywood.com. Use code Emily20 and you get a discount off your order on the website. So check all that out. Enjoy the show.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. From our... I feel innocent. I'm like, some words might come out kind of funny tonight. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. Check everything out there. We have so much going on our website. Have you not been there yet? We have blogs every day, videos, posts, pictures. So much fun stuff.
It's all
our mailing
going on.
list.
It's all happening.
Oh my God. I said I had a really long 2 days.
Yeah.
I have not slept much, but I feel like sometimes it's good for me.
Deprivation is fun.
It's weird. I'm tripping a little bit. Like my eyes are kind of buggy. I've just had a lot. I had a lot of two big days of stuff going on. And so, yeah, sleep just kind of.
You don't do coffee?
I just did. I was just talking to my best friend on the phone when I got here because, they have the nice coffee machine. I was like, what's stronger? Like espresso? Espresso's the strongest,
No,
right?
it's not. It's weird.
Right. And then I'm like, wait, I think it's not. And
The
I think,
lighter the coffee, the stronger it is.
right. So
Most
no one
people
knows
don't know
this.
that.
And then
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I think that's wrong. I think I should get the light. Should I get the light 3-shot? Anyway, it's confusing. So I just got a chocolate mocha because I love chocolate.
Okay.
And now I'm all good. It's great to see you.
When's it going to kick in?
Hopefully now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually really good no sleep, like for good reasons.
Yeah. Well, it's fine if you're sacrificing sleep for good reasons. It's
Yeah.
bad if you're like staying up all night, like, beating off to like porn.
Right.
That's
like,
that's
there's
not
nothing,
good.
I don't
lack.
feel bad about the fact that I just had a lot going on, some big meetings today, stuff like that. But I'm actually, the second that we start, I see your face and we start talking, I'm
with
like,
you. I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, we love each other. How have you been?
If you need to lean on me, lean on me.
Lean
I'm here.
on me.
I'm right here.
I'm
Even
with
though
you.
I'm a little sleep deprived as well.
I know you are because you're kicking ass. You have a big event coming up that you've
that
been
show,
up
we
24/7.
Talked about it last week, I guess, or maybe.
Yeah.
But it's coming up September 26th.
Just
The
a few
Cold
days from
Cockle
now.
Night. I'm going to show all the films that I shot last year.
Cold Cock.
Cold Cockle.
Right.
My wife doesn't like the title of my production company. She says it sounds crass.
Yeah, mine's okay. Yeah, Cold Cockle, kind of. But
I
this
like
is
it.
cockle, not just cock. I like it. Hey, if you like it, that's fine.
There's a whiskey company called Cold Cock, which that's because that's like a term that people use when they punch people in the face.
Right.
Cold cock you. He'll cold cock you.
He'll cold cock you.
He'll
I don't
cold
know
cock
that.
you. Anyway, it's September 26th, Anderson Cowan, COWAN.com if you want to come out and hang out. You're going to be there, Em?
Oh, yeah.
The film's going to show. It's going to be a great time. I was actually at the Space last night, and it's fancy. It's swanky. It's going to be a good time. It's a bar.
Los Angeles, all your short films.
Yeah.
Award-winning films.
And
I
you know
can't
what?
wait.
If
What?
everything goes
What?
as planned, one day you'll be able to say, hey, I was at that event. That's the plan. You know what I mean?
I'm already going to say
You know-
that. I'm
you know what I
already
mean?
saying about it. I'm already writing in my diary about it.
Like, yeah, I was there when Anderson Cowan had his first little show.
I remember Anderson
Yeah.
Cowan from back in the day.
I was there.
You won't return my phone calls anymore then, but hopefully you always will. A few things I have to say. I'm really excited because we're going to jump to a call in a minute because there's someone we have to talk to. But first I want to tell you this, is that before I forget, and we get to our caller who's in Florida, and
She's a
staying up
doctor.
late. She's a doctor,
Yeah,
Dr. Elizabeth Roy.
We got to get her in quick because I mean, if she's in Florida, it's late.
Like
back
I don't
there,
want
and she's
her.
got
I don't
patients.
want doctors to be sleep deprived. But we're just going to talk to her a few minutes
About a shot.
Yeah, it's the O shot. I mean, it's this revolutionary new procedure that actually could help women have more orgasms with sexual dysfunction.
Where does the shot go?
It goes into your clitoris.
Yeah, she needs sleep. We need to make sure this woman
That's what I'm
is
saying.
like
You
well
don't want
rested.
to miss the clitoris and put it in the belly button.
Right.
All that, right. So we're going to call her real quick. But I guess, because I just want to say, because you guys know, like the beginning of the show, you're like, oh, get to it, Emily. I just want to say, Tuesday, September 29th, from 8 to 10 p.m., I am going to be at Hustler Hollywood teaching another one of my workshops, which I just love doing, and I love seeing you all there. And it is a back to sex ed basics, which is all the stuff that you don't know about sex, that you thought you learned about sex, but you probably don't know. Or maybe you learned in high school and you forgot, but I'm telling you, since sex ed has sucked since the beginning of time, it's all the basics that will take your sex life to the next level. Join me there. And RSVP, RSVP at LFP.com, like Larry Frank Production. Larry Flint.
Larry Flint Production.
And,
you take the penis and you put it in the hole.
You take the penis. Here's the right hole. Nope, not that hole. That hurt. What?
It was low-hanging fruit.
That was
too easy.
That was too easy. So anyway, it's also my website. You can check out more there. And okay, so let's call the good doctor in a minute. But let me just give you guys a little bit of background here. Is that, and I read about this last year, and then someone introduced me to Dr. Elizabeth Roy, and I've been watching all the videos on it. So they're calling the O shot. Some are calling it the shot heard around the world. Could be a cure for orgasmic dysfunction. And so, they have this new female, they're calling it the female Viagra, which is BS that's out there. And the truth is a lot of women, just don't have satisfaction during sex. There's a study that said 80% of women fake orgasms during intercourse. We all know about 80%, a 2011 study.
Bitches.
Yeah, exactly. And it's harder for women to orgasm. Bottom line, it's harder for women sometimes, to have the finish, to have the special finish. You don't have to ever worry about that. You might think, am I going to come too quickly? But you're not like, will I ejaculate? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's been so many pills and tips and tricks, and everyone's trying to figure out the secret. And maybe this is it. I don't know. We should give her a call and find out. But it sounds pretty amazing.
I get will I ejaculate? Because I was on some meds for a while where it was
that's
impossible.
true. Guys have retarded or delayed ejaculation.
Wait, let's not say that.
That's the medical term.
Word.
It's called retarded. Word. Is it not called retarded ejaculation?
I feel like it should be changed. Mentally
delayed
challenged
ejaculation. Drew always says it, so I'm, Dr. Drew. So it's a specific way, this procedure of using growth factors to rejuvenate the vagina for help with stress incontinence and with sexual dysfunction.
8,000 nerve endings, and they put a shot right in the middle of it?
Exactly.
How badly does this hurt?
Well, I've watched all these videos on it, and the women are like, oh my God, I haven't had an orgasm, and I feel amazing. And she says it doesn't really, we're going to ask her all these questions. It uses the growth factors each woman has in her own body to stimulate vaginal and clitoral rejuvenation to activate the orgasm system. So that's Dr. Elizabeth Roy. She's in Florida, so it's late there. So I feel like we should just call her.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we have Dr. Elizabeth Roy on the line. She's a physician, scholar, speaker, author, and sexual wellness educator. I've just told you all a little bit about the O-Shot, but I don't want to get into it too much because I want her to explain this. It sounds like a revolutionary, amazing procedure that could be changing so many lives. Maybe mine. I don't know. Hey, Dr. Roy.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for staying up to talk to us tonight.
My pleasure.
I'm really excited. I started hearing about the O-Shot. I think last year it was first in the news, and I started reading about it and watching some of your videos, and I just find it fascinating, especially with everything coming out. Everyone's always trying to, solve, female sexual, dysfunction, incontinence, dysfunction, and I feel like maybe this is the answer. Could you tell me about the O-Shot?
Absolutely. Yeah, the O-Shot really offers women a lot of hope for sure. Certainly sexual dysfunction is a complex issue, but the power of regenerative medicine is just an awesome procedure. So O-Shot is platelet-rich plasma, which is derived from the patient's own blood. We take all of the platelets which contain growth factors and different rejuvenating powers. We concentrate them and then inject them into the area that we'd like to rejuvenate. So O-Shot will help with lubrication, for instance, increased sensitivity, intensity of orgasm. It improves blood flow, all of those things that are important for healthy sexual function.
Okay, and how exactly does it work, the O-Shot?
Well, That's a great question. Whenever we're using platelet-rich plasma, the goal is to regenerate tissue. So, for instance, if a woman didn't have good sexual function to begin with, the O shot is likely not going to help her.
Okay.
When we use regenerative types of therapies, we're trying to restore what was previously there, and also to enhance. So you certainly can enhance function and make it better than it ever was. But it's not a magic bullet.
So you're saying it wasn't there before. So tell me who it would not work for.
So if a woman has never had an orgasm, for instance, this is not likely to help her reach orgasm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if she had normal sexual function, she was really perfectly happy, and for whatever reason, quite often, there's hormonal changes, there's just normal aging that occurs with tissue. It's certainly common for many women to have vaginal dryness and vaginal changes as we age. We can really regenerate those tissues. I'll tell you, though, it's very exciting. Women who have pain with intercourse, young women quite often who have normal lubrication and no real reason for this pain. We've ruled out anything scary. There's absolutely no, we don't understand where this pain is coming from. The platelet-rich plasma actually treats that very successfully.
That's amazing. Keep going. Yeah, sorry.
And that's okay. I was going to say, it seems to modulate the nervous system response, so it normalizes that nervous system response.
Okay, because so many women do. It's amazing how many women experience pain during intercourse, and a lot of times they don't talk about it. They think it's going to go away. It's their fault. So, because I was thinking, also So it's younger women who are experiencing pain, but who is your average demographic? Would you say to who have the O shot for women who are having problems achieving orgasm or less lubrication right now? Is it women who are like premenopausal, or what is the demo? Would you say the age?
Yeah. The average person who comes in is somewhere between 45 and 65.
Okay.
And she's seeing some changes, and it's really causing her problems quite often, and so she's seeking out some help. That is our perfect candidate. So someone who's generally healthy and who has a generally healthy sexual response, who's losing sensitivity, for instance, and who does have some vaginal dryness.
So she's losing sensitivity, and she's not she has an inability to orgasm. She's not as turned on. Her arousal has lessened. Okay.
That's right. It takes longer. Women feel terrible when it takes too long. I don't know what too long is really, but
we always do. I say we're always looking at the clock. Oh yeah, I mean this is women of all ages. We think it's taking too long. I wish we could just normalize that and say, okay, it's probably going to take 45 minutes. Like we should just teach that to everybody, right? At a young age.
That's right.
It might take you an hour, and then you'll be so happy if it only takes 20. So it takes longer. They're experiencing dryness, or maybe they're just not really in the mood for sex as much. Would this help with that, or is it more like because now she realized that she's able to have orgasm, she would desire sex more often because she's not having as much?
There is, sorry to interrupt you, but there is certainly some of that where, when we think of low desire, we really think of low testosterone.
Right.
In my practice, I treat a lot of women with sexual dysfunction, and low desire is typically related to testosterone when there's normal, healthy, happy relationship, so on and so forth. So I have had many women actually report an increase in desire after the O shot, which surprised me, but I think it's along the lines of what you were saying. It feels better, it's easier, they don't have that guilt anymore, and so they're more excited about just engaging in sex.
Exactly.
And I'm very happy that women are seeking care. I mean, I think we've been quiet too long.
We are so quiet about this. We don't talk to our doctors, and even if we do, sometimes they're just going to try to prescribe you a pill like this new. Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. But walk me through a before and after of like a typical patient. You think she comes in, maybe she's between, let's say, 45 and 50. She's been in a relationship, but she's able to orgasm. And then she comes in and tell me about the process. She comes into your office, and then what happens?
She comes into my office. I draw her blood. I process the plasma, platelet-rich plasma. It takes about 10 minutes. I apply a topical anesthetic to the injection sites.
The injection site is in her clitoris?
There's two injection sites. One is intravaginal, and the other is in the clitoris.
Okay. ouch. A lot of people say ouch, I know, but I'm not going to say it because I've watched all your videos, so I get it. It's not as painful as you say. Okay.
It doesn't have to be painful when it's done properly, for sure. And it takes just minutes to actually do the entire procedure. I coach her to use an excellent tool that I use in my practice all the time. It's called Intensity by Pour Moi.
Oh, yeah. We love we're obsessed with Intensity. That's changed my life already. So now I'm going to come see you for no shot. How does the Intensity work with it? Yeah. How does it?
It's an amazing tool by itself, but when you use it with Play the Rich Plasma, it's my goal to improve vaginal health in general, and certainly sexual function and sexual response. The Intensity helps to strengthen pelvic bowl muscles. It also has a vibratory function, so you're stimulating blood flow, you're stimulating the Skene's glands, which are responsible for vaginal lubrication. It's fun. It gives women permission. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Women.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have women that are in their 60s. They've never used a vibrator. This is a vibrator on steroids. Really. It's a medical device. I absolutely love it.
Right.
And I prescribe it, and I can't tell you how many times they come back to thank me. They just felt like they needed permission. And so I put the two together, the regenerative power of Play the Rich Plasma, plus this tool to strengthen and stimulate. And it's really a gift.
And then they use the intensities, because I've been using it. We've all been using it in my office because, I know, the power of doing your Kegel exercises on my own. I have an iPhone app called Kegel Camp. But I realize that, you can still, even though it reminds you to do it every day in my app, sometimes maybe I wasn't doing them right. And that's the thing I like about the intensities, that you do it right. So, and I have found, just such a difference having stronger PC muscles. So do you tell so after they have the shot, you say, okay, I want you to use the intensity like every day, or do they use it?
I have them use it every day for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then I give them a call. We get back on the phone, and we make sure that we've either solved the problem or we continue to work on solving the problem. It's at that point that I typically recommend that they use it on a very regular basis, as regular as they possibly can. What I find with women, even if we think we're doing our Kegels,
right,
we've never really done a Kegel until we feel that contraction.
That's how I feel with this. That's why I'm so amazed. Again, my orgasms are stronger. But anyway, so they go in for the O shot, and then you say, okay, there's not a lot of downtime. It's not as painful. And then you say, try the intensity, use the intensity at home. And then, how long does it last? And first of all, how long do they start feeling better? How long does it take till they start feeling better and feeling like their functioning, orgasmic functioning is back?
Great question. It depends. If they have pain, like the young woman we were talking about, they have pain. That pain is usually resolved in a week or two. Wow. It's really amazing, and I'm not overstating this. It's been a real eye opener. If we're talking about dryness and increased sensitivity, over the first 4 or 5 weeks or so, they're really starting to see some changes, and it just typically continues to get better. Now, I hormonally optimize my patients. I do some other things. So they're, my goal is to really solve their problem. So the O shot is the icing on the cake for those women.
It's not like they don't just come in. It's not like getting a shot of Botox. You're doing a whole medical analysis of them, right, before you do it?
That's the ideal. However, I will tell you, I have about 50% of patients who just come in.
They just come in and they're like, shoot me up. Okay.
They're ready to go.
Got it. And this is your clinic. And can you tell me the name of it? You're in Florida.
I am.
Right?
I'm in Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay.
The name of my practice is called Doctor's Studio.
Okay. And we'll also have this all on my website as well. And then how long does it last, the O shot? Is it the kind of thing you have to keep, you have to come back for every few months, or?
Yeah. So we're not talking about something like Botox where you put it in and the body metabolizes it. We're talking about regenerating tissue. So what we try to do, sometimes it takes more than one procedure. I'll tell you, women are much easier to fix than men, which has been really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It is. We don't think so because there's like nothing that helps us. But I have found that women are much easier to fix than men. So once we solve the problem, which usually is in one treatment, sometimes more, I recommend an annual O shot.
Okay.
We continue to rejuvenate those tissues. We need to be not only responding to dysfunction, but we need to just be more proactive, which is why I recommend that women who don't have sexual dysfunction use the intensity tool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, me too. That's why. It's funny because Yeah, it is so important because, like, it's like everything. Like, you go and you do your sit-ups at the gym. We're so concerned with our outside, but you don't realize that everybody is going to have your pelvic floor will drop if it's not strong. It will weaken over time, and so that's why in my office we're of all ages, but we're all using it and having the benefits from it. So my question also for you is that: so are there any side effects that you have to watch out for? None. Wow. Just
No
it may cause orgasm. Right. More orgasms.
Right. You might be a little friskier. That's the side effect.
That's amazing. Okay. Now, what do you think about these libido pills that were just approved by the FDA? They're called the female Viagra. What do you think about all this?
Well, I think it's a good start.
Okay.
I think it's a good start. I think that, the jury is still out, and certainly you can't fix everything with just a pill. I'm very, very happy that we have pushed for the conversation. I think that, it's been way too long.
Right.
And yes, you may help some women improve their desire with this pill. I certainly hope so. I don't feel that it's treating the real problem. I find that in my practice, the problem is typically something physiologic. It's hormones, it's tissue regeneration that's necessary. It's poor diet, it's lack of self-esteem. There's all kinds of other issues.
It's not just going to be with a pill. So
right,
I get it.
But the pill's a good start. Again, because we started the conversation.
Exactly. Okay. Well, I think you're doing great work. So, do people? They can find you. How do they find you? What's your website?
My website's drstudio.com.
Okay. And
you can also find other physicians that do these procedures. And I have another website that's just for these PRP procedures called studioprp.com.
Okay.
There's a little bit more in-depth information.
So they don't have to go to Florida. If they're in Florida, they should come see you. But people are doing now. When did this exactly start, the O shot? I remember reading about it probably about a year ago.
Yeah, Dr. Runnels actually did the first O shot. I think it's almost 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I've been training doctors for the last 4 years. And, everybody's a little different. I have a very comprehensive approach. So you want to make sure that when you do reach out to see a physician, that they really understand this. It's new. It's exciting. A lot of people are jumping in, and I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I am too.
The consumer really just wants to do a little bit of homework.
Right. Okay. So they should check out where they're going. And also, I just think, why not? You're right. It's starting the dialogue, and if this works for people and, it's changing their sex, and they're enjoying sex again, and it's, they enhance intimacy, I think, and you're saying it doesn't hurt even getting a shot in your clitoris.
Right.
So.
Well, Emily, it makes sense to people, too, because we all know that our bodies are amazing, and it has amazing potential. So to be able to take something like your blood and focus it back at you and turn it into a real healing machine, there's really no risk involved. There's no side effects, as we've mentioned. The worst thing that can happen is nothing. And really that's pretty darn good.
Right.
And it's allowed me to not worry about injecting women who come in, and I don't know if it's going to help them. And so we've been able to inject very comfortably, have a conversation about this uncharted territory, and then we've been really surprised by like, for instance, the young women with pain. Who knew that it would be that easy to solve that very devastating problem?
Because it's not even like you have to find out the source of the pain. You just know that she's experiencing pain, and then the pain's gone because you're using her own blood back in her body.
Because we're modulating that nervous system response. Right. There is some physiology to it. It's not been proven. That's the thing. We're struggling right now trying to get some studies together because anecdotally, myself and a lot of other physicians, we're so excited because we see some fabulous changes, and we're trying to document these changes so that we can give more scientific types of answers to your very good question.
Okay, well, I think it's amazing. Yeah, I really, it seems, because I've been hearing a lot about this, though, where people are using, your plasma technology, I guess, in other parts of the body, that it just seems safer, I guess, for different functioning. People use it also for aesthetic, right? Isn't there like a facial or something that you use?
Yep, you can regenerate any tissue. So we use it in joints. We use it for muscular pain. It's really pretty amazing. A lot of surgeons use it for healing. Associated with surgery.
Well, I'm glad we're using it for this, too. This is amazing. Yeah. So, well, thank you, Dr. Beth Roy. I really appreciate it. It's been great information for everyone. And we'll have all this on my website, all your information. And I appreciate you staying up and talking to us.
My pleasure.
Congratulations on your great work. Okay, you too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Have a great night. Bye.
Ouch.
Anderson, you can buy your wife an O-shot for Christmas.
She would never, ever.
I was freaked out, too, when I first read about it. I feel like I was reading about a year ago.
Plus, you know what? My wife doesn't need one, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm sure she doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
She's got the A shot.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Anderson.
Anderson shot. No, but I have to say, at first I was like, I remember even reading it going, I'm not going to talk about this. And then I started, it kept coming. You know how things are. There's like a trend. I started watching the videos. I was like, wow, there's so many women who experience, sexual dysfunction in some way. Like she said, pain is so common in women. It's like there was these studies just done at Indiana University, which is like the leading sex university in the country. And they were talking about how so many, they never even talk about it. And then also women who just, don't have desire anymore. They're not having orgasms. Mm-hmm. What a buzzkill. Okay. So we got that. We talked about that, the O shot. I'm sure you all want to just run out and get one of those this weekend. I seriously want to go see her in Florida. My mom lives there. I want to try. I want to be like the guinea pig in my next 10 years.
You want to try this?
Yeah, I do.
But you don't need it.
I don't need it, but what if I could just...
what if you become super orgasmic?
Dude, I'm ready for something new.
Are you?
I'm ready to be able to have 8 orgasms.
Emily's been down so many sexual paths that now she needs a needle and a vulva.
At first I was like, no, and then I'm like, this is what she's really... Dr. Elizabeth Roy, if you go, well, we can have all this on our site and stuff, but she's very smart.
Such a doctor.
No, but she's hardcore smart. She's done the research. I'm impressed. Okay, so anyway,
can I tell
back
you, though,
to us.
As a man, I just tuned out. Can I tell you that?
Why?
Is that bad?
No, you always tune. I heard you on your computer. Why? Because it was too much.
Because she was talking about something I don't care about.
Okay, but if your wife didn't want to have sex with you, she wasn't lubricated, and she wasn't having orgasms, okay?
Then maybe I care.
And she was experiencing some type of sexual dysfunction,
right?
That you were no longer getting to put your penis in her vagina. Might you have paid attention?
Yeah.
And she said, not tonight, honey. I have pain. Not tonight, honey. I haven't had an orgasm since 92.
Scribbling.
Not tonight, honey. It's too dry. Not enough lube could help this desert of my vagina.
You sound like Mr. Roper on Three's Company. Not tonight, Ellen. I got a headache.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you know how many guys have heard that? So what I'm saying is it's fine for you to check out until one day you're going to be going, what was that episode?
Mm-hmm. I'll search for it. Where would I find it? If let's say there was a certain episode I was looking for on your show.
Just Google the O shot. Oh, this is, I don't know what this is going to be called.
Is there a search engine to find certain episodes on your show?
Oh my God. We've got, okay, so I'm relaunching my website in a few weeks, but I've got, here's the thing. iTunes only has, I think, 200 podcasts on it now, and they might have even dropped it. I've got 2,500.
2,500?
Yeah, and then most of them are, this is another thing you guys don't know. I know, I've been doing it for 10 years. I think they're not even all on my website. So with the new website, we're going to have all of them there. And you're all going to freak out. You're going to think, how am I going to do that? But we're going to have them categorized, with different keywords, which they are now, but some don't actually work.
So if I typed in anal in the future, I'll get like 7,000
exactly
Sex with Emily shows. Cool.
Right. But this just put an O shot. I'm sure it'll be in the description. But yeah, we've got a big hefty search bar on the new site.
Is it O shot or is it OH?
Shot.
Okay. It's not like the O phase.
Shot.
Okay.
Oh, no. I just thought this is interesting. And then she uses the intensity, which is my favorite Kegel exercising.
You should make a ringtone of you doing that noise.
Which one?
That one. You should make a ringtone.
Do you think I could sell it on iTunes, on the App
99
Store?
cents. Sex with Emily O sounds?
I'm down for it.
You should do that. It'd be a very embarrassing ring to go off like in an elevator or something.
Yeah, like if my brother downloaded by mistake.
How is that going to happen by a mistake?
I don't know. My niece could do it to mess
You know how many things have to happen
terrible.
for
Why
him?
did my brother just pop in my head? His birthday's tomorrow. Jesus.
What in the world,
I don't
Emily?
know why.
What's the
I'm
matter
just
with
like, I don't want it to get in the hands of the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-boyfriends might be like, I just want to remember. No, I was kidding.
Look at the ego on this one.
I don't have an ego now. My ego's dwindled down. Okay.
You got any sex in the news for me?
I do. Ready? Mm-hmm. This is interesting, Anderson. Women are more likely to propose open relationships. Now, mind you, this is according to the open relationship website, openminded.com.
So they might have a bit skewed.
A little bit of bias.
Might be a little skewed.
However, what I do find interesting about it is they surveyed over 64,000 couples, and of the couples engaging in open relationships, 2/3 of them say it was the woman's idea. If that's true, it flies in the face of the conventional wisdom that says men are the ones who can't bear the idea of sleeping with the same person until death do them part.
This makes no sense scientifically. None, right?
Because
ladies, through evolution, you guys are nesters. I mean,
we want to be attached.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the dude is there, and by nature, guys are the ones who want to go out and spread the seed.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense there.
But exactly. So typically you'd think, what? That's crazy.
Openrelationship.com.
But exactly. Openrelationship.com says open relationships are good for you. But it's not that their partners aren't fulfilling, right? It might be what they're suggesting is that they're into preserving the relationship at all costs.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
their
These
husbands
poor
out there.
beaten down
I know.
women. They're like, you can bang other bitches as long as you stay with me sometimes.
Open relationship doesn't mean that maybe she wants to bang. Because here's the thing. If you've been with someone, I understand when you're starting out and it's new and exciting, you're like, I can't imagine ever being with someone else. I know that I want to. But maybe 10 years in, 5
need some strange after a little while.
Maybe we could work this out. We are so close. We love each other, but that might be kind of cool. And you come to agreement. You're not cheating. You're not going to AshleyMadison.com and having stuff blown up on the internet. But, it's not that their partners aren't fulfilling. It could be about rekindling a relationship that isn't working.
No.
Many people, a lot of couples, not most, but some have found, we've heard them call into Loveline. We hear on my show, swingers, open relationships, that it helped them.
Yeah.
It helped the relationship. They thought, you know what? I want my husband to be happy. I want my wife to experience what it's like being with another man or another woman. And what it actually does is rejuvenate the relationship. Now, for many, it tears them apart. They get divorced. They can't get over
Listen,
it.
the moment
There's not one quick fix for any couple.
The minute your relationship needs a stunt penis, it's done. It's time to hang it up.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with you because I know a lot of couples who are swingers and open relationships who are actually really
Do
healthy.
they have children?
Yeah.
No.
And I have to tell you
Those
that
poor
I know a
kids.
lot of people who are monogamous and not happy, or monogamous and cheating. So I am not a proponent of either. It's a case-by-case basis, and you look at your what?
Look at me. Be honest with me.
Okay.
Because I've met some of the swingers that you've brought in here over the years. They've been guests. Any of them would you want to hang out with on like a one-on-one basis or get drinks with?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's some that I even, yeah.
They have ponytails and
Oh
stuff.
my God, you sound like Menace.
No, but they do. I've seen them.
Dude, they
I've talked to them. They're creepy.
No.
I shake their hands and it's like lubed. Like
You
their hands are
listen to some
lubed.
Menace used to always say every single swinger.
I don't know who Menace is.
You guys are both going to be on my live show, P.S. You're going to have to kiss and make up. Which we're going to do soon.
Swinger type is just not my
I get it.
type
And
of
you're a
person.
dude. If you're, okay, here's the thing. People who aren't into swinging are like, gross, never, I can't imagine.
Hey,
It
good
doesn't
to
work.
meet you. My
But
name's Tony
people-
the Swinger. Hey, you got a wife?
Listen, you guys, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying that, and just like
open-minded.
threesomes, be open-minded. I in no way am prescribing threesomes for everyone. I'm just giving you some stats here.
I've had threesomes, but the relationship always ends shortly thereafter.
Well, that's your own issue because you shouldn't
Nope.
have a threesome if the relationship's about to fall apart anyway.
Yeah,
You
well-
probably did it to destroy the relationship.
Or-
It's like the
yeah.
couples who call in and they're like, oh, my girlfriend and I, things haven't been great lately. We're going to have a threesome. It's like having a baby. Oh, we're going to have a baby. Everything will be better. Then we're going to have a threesome. No.
That's the worst, though.
You
Have a
to do it
threesome
when
before
you're
a
on
baby,
solid
guys.
ground. You do it in your relationship when you're in a good place and
Those
healthy.
kids suck. The kids that were brought into this world because they were trying to save a relationship and they still didn't. Those are horrible children.
No, they're in serious therapy right now.
I feel bad for those kids, but they're not fun to be around either. You know?
No. Do you know them?
I do. I knew a few.
And their parents like say, "Oh, honey, you were a mistake," and then like they never get over that. Okay,
Who would say that?
I've heard stories. Thank God my parents have never said that out loud. Okay, weirder people will find love quicker. Weird people rejoice. You're going to get laid sooner than you think. According to a new study in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, being a nonconformist, or as smart people say, weird, although I would think that'd be the other way around, that smart people would say nonconformist, makes you more attractive to the opposite gender. Researchers had a bunch of people check out dating sites and essentially pick out who they'd like to bone, says the study, just like how I would write it. They also asked them to describe their ideal partners and picture dates of people they just met. They found that both men and women preferred a partner who didn't conform, whether through clothing, life choices, or general opinions. What?
I was just born 10 years too early.
Why?
Because I was like one of the only nonconformists at my whole school. And
I know,
was like
now it's
beaten
cool.
down for it. And
I
I had
know.
to like, the girls that I had to like settle for were also like nonconformists and they were hard to look at. Looking back.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I guess now everyone's trying to be different so they can get a million hits on YouTube.
That was me. But maybe I would have conformed. Maybe I would have been like,
You
oh,
would've
everyone's
conformed.
nonconformist.
You
Now
used
I
your
have to be a jock.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
would never have fit in.
Where's my
no matter where
Letterman
you went.
jacket? I need to conform.
Yeah, you were doing that for a whole other reason.
Yeah.
But the researchers say this goes to show that the old stereotype of what men like, the submissive girl next door type, just isn't true. They're now urging women to let their freak flag fly a bit. The study leads authors, I know I hate that word, but I hate that phrase, freak
Let
flag
your
fly.
freak flag fly.
I have said it once before and I
Don't ever
regret
say it again, Adam. Be cool.
Okay, I'm intrigued by the notion of the girls' night out and how many women feel as though they can be more unguarded without men around, more relaxed. And they're saying, why are you like this with your friends, but not like this with guys? So it is true that a lot of these dating sites that people think they want one thing, but that's why like a lot of sites don't work. They have all these matches, but they're not attracted. Like, I want someone who's 6 feet tall, this religion,
Right.
but often it's not really what we're attracted to. So I just find it interesting.
So people
just
are lying to
everyone get a little
themselves,
freaky.
or they just don't know?
Absolutely. No. There was actually a study. I've been reading this book by Aziz Ansari, he wrote a book called, he's a comedian.
Yeah, he wrote a book.
Modern, yeah, he did. And here's
was
the funny thing.
ghostwritten, right?
Modern romance, and it's actually fascinating. It's all about how we date today. It's all about, the rise of online dating and how we match and how we pick mates. And it's actually, there's a lot of scientific evidence in it, believe it or not. I wish it were funnier. It's actually more in depth. But what's very interesting is that it talked about Match.com when it first started. It was like, wait a minute. Our algorithms are matching people based on what they're selecting. They're saying they want 6 foot tall, Jewish, whatever. He wants someone who's 5'3", but yet
they really want a 5 foot black dude.
But listen, but yet they're not matched. So then they realized, but they're not picking these people. So then what they did was they started watching how people, who they're clicking on. Like they started tracking people's behavior on Match, and they're like, wait a minute. This guy
doesn't
said he
match
wants
up with what you want, what you say you want.
So a lot of times, what we think we want, what we want the girl next door, because that means that she'll be like, my parents will love her, or she'll look good on paper, or he'll be, we want the banker because it's stability. It's not actually what we're attracted to. We intellectually make decisions rather based on the entire what we want in our mind, body, and soul.
Now that's the deal, like when they're online going through the check boxes and whatnot. But I wonder if that's actually happening in the real world too, where they're like, people are looking like, in a crowded area saying, here's what I'm looking for in their head, you know what I mean? Or I wonder if it's only, because I've never done online dating, so I can't imagine what that must be like.
I think it's everywhere. I think it's saying, you know what, give people a break. So what if he's wearing some freaky shirt and whatever turns women on? I'm not a judgmental person.
No, you're not.
And I've never been that way. I literally don't look at people and say, oh, he's this or that. I love personalities. I love connecting with people, talking. So I don't even know what to say would be something that would stand out. I guess I'm just saying, because a lot of it comes down to now physical appearance, more like just being yourself, being comfortable, not trying to be...
Not trying to
saying
be,
the right thing. They're not overthinking it. But I always say this to guys, but the same goes for women. You know how you are with your best friends and you're so comfortable and you say anything, and that's how you should be all the time. Like, be wherever you go, there you are. So be yourself wherever you're at, and I bet you'd be more likely to attract people to you, and you may attract people that are actually a good match because you're not hiding anything. You're not pretending to be something you're not.
Easier said than done, Em. Easier said.
This is my life work.
Yeah, especially nowadays with all like the clever T-shirts that are out there. Like everyone thinks that they're clever just by like buying the right shirt that has the right stupid saying on it.
I had sex with Emily, and all I got was his T-shirt.
That's not a shirt.
I had a shirt.
It is it?
Well, okay.
Where is it? Where can I get one?
I made 5 of them.
Only 5?
Well, a few years ago.
You weren't real
No.
hopeful at the sales.
No, I didn't have a lot of money. Seriously, it was like 5 years.
5?
Well, I did it because we were. But now, okay, it's on my Instagram. You can check it out. And because we were doing Treasure Island Music Festival in San Francisco, we got a booth there. And so I wanted everyone to, and like, oh, let's do these T-shirts. We literally ironed them on. They looked really bad. But after that, I've gotten hundreds, if not thousands of emails. People are like, I want that. But it's like putting out the investment, getting the T-shirts made and hoping people buy them. But I am going to do that soon. But you said you've done that and people bought them.
I just made another batch of shirts, and shot glasses and coffee mugs for my production company.
The T-shirts are really cute too. So then every time I post it, people are like, I want it. So I am going to do it. It's going to be on my website soon, and you can order it.
Are you just going to be the same one? Like I banged Emily, and this is all I got was the shirt.
No, on the front is the logo, and it's going to be for men and for women. And
with the kiss, with the lips,
a little lips, sex with Emily, and the back you'll say, I had sex with Emily, and all I got was a T-shirt.
What if your brother buys one and wears it by mistake?
That'd be so weird. I'm going to send one for his birthday. I don't know why. My brother had one because it's his birthday tomorrow. That's why. And he hates me. Just kidding. He loves me.
He kind of does hate you a little bit.
He hates me. I think he just, you know what it is? Being the older, he's older, and that I think he just never got over the fact that I was born. Because my mom brought me home from the hospital, and there I'm sitting in a little bassinet, and she turns around and he pushes me behind the curtains, puts the curtains over me, because I think that's his mentality.
Competitive dude,
yeah, like why'd she? I'm 2.
All this thing is going to do is take away from me.
Me. Yeah. No, we love each other. We talk all the time. Okay,
he's a lawyer.
Ready? He's a lawyer. Okay, so my brother rocks. Exactly. Can I just give a shout out to my brother real quick? This is going to be totally not about sex, but I swear I'm going to get into it.
I would hope so.
What?
I would hope not, I should say.
My brother's an amazing dude. He's a lawyer. He lives in Michigan.
Yes.
Very successful attorney. And yesterday, he donated 23,000 backpacks to every child in Detroit schools who don't have backpacks. They don't have school supplies. It's a backpack filled with school supplies.
Oh, that's nice.
For every student in schools. The Today Show came, all this stuff. And these kids, 70% of them are on food stamps. The school has to send them home with food. They've never have pencils, papers. And my brother, they all got backpacks. Oh. Just to give back to the community. So my brother does rock.
How big was his name and phone number on the back?
It was on one of the mugs, I think. Inside.
It's like on the pencils?
It actually inflates into like a parachute that says call Michael Morse.
Right.
no. But yeah, you know.
When you open the bag, it's just a giant hot air
whatever
balloon.
you say, what
pops
you
out.
will, like tear. My mom likes tears, right? It's like kids were crying and they had pencils.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's his birthday. That was a nice shout out. He can't. Okay, let's move
He'll
on.
never hear this, Em. He'll never
He's
hear
never listened to my
it.
show.
Yeah, see?
Okay, but first, let's just give another shout out here. Not another shout out, but let's just talk about our people that we love that helps keep this show free so you can all listen and learn stuff about your sex life. I want to tell you about Down Under Comfort.
Oh. Keep those balls
keep
dry.
those balls, keep those boobs, keep those feet, dry. The thing about it, it's Emily and Tony. I made this product so you can be fresh and dry all the time. It's a cream formula. It turns into a light natural powder. And it keeps your intimate areas comfortable, fresh, clean. And guess what? Ready for action anytime.
Bam.
If you're ready, you want a blowjob, you're like, shoot, I don't have time to shower, but she might go down to me. Guess what? You don't have to because you didn't sweat and you're not stinky. Also, women, like in the summer when you're just like, today, it's been a friggin' heat wave in LA. I'm sweating. Thank God I put it on. I put it on my boobs, lower back, no sweat anywhere. It is so cool. It's vegan. Check it out. And on Twitter, Robbie_Smooth said, Down Under Comfort has changed my life. My balls don't stick to my thighs while I'm at work anymore. I just saved someone's life. Their balls are not. That would
I don't
suck
know
all
if
day.
it's saving their lives, really, Emily, but, it might have made them a little more comfortable and given them a little boost
I didn't
of
mean save his
confidence.
life, but what I did say is the next quote said, this is from someone else. After being a baby powder man for most of my life, I can't imagine a day without it. Girlfriend's a big fan as well.
After being a what?
A baby powder man. A lot of men use
baby
talcum powder.
Yeah.
And it's messy.
Right.
It gets crunchy between your thighs.
Adam Carolla used to talk about how it was like paper mache.
I gave some to Lynette to give to him.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be the perfect man for it because he's always complaining about his. I don't even want to get into it because that's disgusting.
I
But
know.
yes,
I think
he's
I
got
gave her
problems.
some.
He's got issues.
Yeah, whatever. So she's got some. She could rub them on his balls. Maybe that would be good foreplay.
Poor woman.
Any guy who says that his girlfriend won't go down needs to try the stuff. She loves it. Balls are no longer lonely. Check it out. EmilyandTony.com. Use code Emily and get 20% off your order. Do that now.
Yeah.
No more sweaty anything. Okay, emails.
Let's do it.
Dun-dun-dun.
Names, ages, sexes, problems.
Exactly. Send me your name, age, sex, problem, where you live, all that stuff. I love hearing from you. Feedback at sexwithemily.com. Thank
You should just, no matter what the question is, you should just, or what the sex, nothing. You should just like, you need to go get a shot in your vulva.
Dude,
Next.
I got freaked out
Shot
when I
in the
first started.
vulva.
I just think
Next.
that, you know what? I'm not psyched about this whole flabanseran, this new.
What is that?
It's the female. It's the new. It's called Addy. That's the medical name, ADDYI, but it's flabanseran is the pharmaceutical name that just got passed. It's really the pharmaceutical companies that are
Sexy
pushing
name,
it,
yeah.
saying that it's going to help with libido, like a female Viagra, which doesn't exist because it's in our minds. It's not like
Bullshit,
we.
yes.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I don't know everything. There's no side effects. If you're having problems with your sexual functioning, why not try it? That's all I'm saying.
Side effect is a needle in your vagina.
Yeah, but there's no pain. She numbs it. And what if the only thing is that you might have more orgasms?
Yeah,
but you might
listen,
not.
if I was a woman, I'd be injecting myself right now.
I like to bring you guys the news and what's happening with sex.
All
Okay,
right,
this is
email.
about sex toy hacks. Hi, Emily. I brought a new sex toy. I'm a beginner. I bought the Lust by Jopin, the L18. The girl at the store highly recommended it, and I tried it. Yeah, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I feel nothing from this, and honestly, it's more painful than fun. Have you heard of this product? I feel like it's money wasted, and I can't afford to buy anything else right now. Any tips? I'm bummed out because I thought I was getting something good. P.S. I'm a new fan. I love your podcast. Sincerely, Kirsty from California. Okay, Kirsty, here's the thing. You go into a store, you talk to the woman, and, I get it. Some stores, you just might be like, I want to try a toy. And she's like, wow, the Jopin, this is a really cool one. It's, it's clitoral, it's G-spot, but you're a beginner. So this is a mistake that a lot of beginners make, and you get in a little over your head. You got in a little over your head. So if you don't know about this, the Lust by Jopin, it's a silicone dual stimulation vibrator. So this isn't just like a little bullet. It's like G-spot stimulation. It's got 2 different clitoral stimulators. It's like a whole ordeal. And I'm kind of surprised she recommended to you if you told her that you were a beginner. That said, a lot of women don't love the G-spot toys. A lot of women just prefer clitoral. In fact, most women require clitoral stimulation to even have an orgasm. So how people typically work with G-spot vibes is they make sure they have a clitoral orgasm first, and then it becomes a lot easier to have a G-spot orgasm because everything becomes engorged. The blood rushes. It's easy. I know you hate that word. It's better than moist. And you're more likely to find the G-spot. So the thing about this toy is I can see that it can be a little bit intimidating. But you can also try this. You could try just using it on the outside. I have a lot of G-spot vibes that I just use on my clitoris. So you don't have to stick it inside of you yet. So you can just kind of like use it around your clitoris, use some lube, and see how that feels. You can still make it work, okay? But if you are looking for another toy, and if this is just for anyone listening who is a first-time toy user, typically I recommend something simple and not intimidating. You should see this toy. It's like got flowers and it's got bells and whistles.
Little ladybugs.
Right. But I would suggest stick with a clitoral vibrator like a bullet or an egg. They're non-threatening. They're round. They just go right on your clitoris. They're inexpensive. Here's another thing. You can get one for $10-15 too. I like Screaming O makes one that's like it's 15. It's like I think it's like 3 different speeds. It's a silicone little bullet. You can get it at Hustler Hollywood. You can get it Good Vibes. So they. And, it's like I said, most women, 75% need clitoral stimulation. If you want to invest in a higher-end clitoral toy that'll go the distance, Mimi by Jeju.
Jeju Mimi.
Also, the We Vibe Touch are my top favorites.
Which one was the other one?
The We Vibe Touch.
We Vibe Touch.
That's the one that Lori, my assistant producer, told me she never had a multiple orgasm and came back the next day. I'm like, try this and let your mind go and don't think about it too much and maybe you'll have 2. Like, don't limit yourself.
It's not weird though. She must be thinking about you a little bit during. She must
about me?
Yeah, because you gave it to her.
Dude,
you essentially gave her orgasms.
You know what? I didn't ask what she was thinking about.
It'd be
I'm
really
just
hard
glad
not to pop
that her sex life is expanding because she's awesome and she does great work.
That's why I've never asked for a fleshlight from you because it would be impossible for there not to be a pop in. You'd pop in. I'd be having it there, and I'd be like, Emily gave me this. Oh God! Yeah, Larry David talked about the poppin'. Yeah,
the poppin' they make. I've had poppins.
Oh, you get
like,
the poppins.
Go away. Yeah, when you mean like
they
make appearance.
All of a sudden there's like a person, like a friend of mine is in it.
But I'll think about like pumping gas or something random.
I know that's your thing.
No, but I really do. Like I'll think about paying bills. Like I don't even think about anything interesting. I'm like, I got to write that check to the IRS.
You're so all over the place.
I know. I'm like, God damn it, go back to the orgasm. I wish I had a pop in that was at least like attractive.
A tax man pops into your head.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's weird. Okay, so what?
One more. I was going to recommend that she just listen to your show a little bit more, and she'll know all sorts of things.
That's true.
It's funny to me that a listener of your show would be in that predicament where they got a bad.
I know
sex
it kind of bums me out. I'm like, dude, go back and listen to all my sex toy shows.
Like somebody who listens to Film Vault watching a terrible movie. It's like, why would you do that?
I know, exactly.
All we do is give you good movies.
You're right, but you know what? You know what I love about my show is that people every day are discovering it and emailing me that I just became obsessed and downloaded 50 shows. So we have to talk to everybody.
That's obsession.
I know. So also another thing is just use lube. Use a quality water-based lube. This will help you. And don't be bummed out, Christy, because, again, you can still use this toy and keep going. What?
One more.
Yeah.
We got time for one more.
How about regaining bedroom mojo? Dear Emily, I'm a huge fan of you and your show. It's so awesome to see a smart, confident woman out there talking about sexuality in a very intelligent and honest way. My question for you is this. When my husband and I first met and were dating, I was super confident about my appearance. I was running marathons, working out 6 days a week. Since we've been married, a lot has changed in my schedule. I'm working longer hours, have more responsibilities, and I'm unable to work out as much as I'd like to. As a result, I'm not as fit as I used to be. My husband still finds me very sexy, has not changed at all in his desire for me. However, I feel as though I've lost all my mojo, and I have a hard time getting in the mood. Even when we do connect, I'm so self-conscious, I'm left unable to finish. Any suggestions for a girl struggling to see herself as sexy again? Thanks a million. Emily, age 28, Minneapolis.
Mini.
Okay, this is hard because the confidence. I can tell everyone till the cows come home, get your confidence back, get your confidence. But this is an inside job. So let's talk about, Emily, how you can start to work on your confidence. Because you have 2 choices. As tough as it is, you can make the effort to start working out again, even though it's not as often. A lot of times we think, well, if I can't do it, I used to be a marathon runner. And I used to only say, well, if I can't run for an hour, I'm not running. 10 minutes a day is great. Okay.
Here's what you do. You make it so that it's going to take 25 minutes out of your day.
Right. 25 minutes.
It's manageable. It's manageable. And you know what else I like to do with the gym for me is you pick a podcast. Like pick Emily's podcast. Right. And you don't get to listen to it unless you're at the gym.
That's what I do too. I listen to podcasts. Absolutely. So just know that, and the thing about it, when you exercise, you have endorphins. Those endorphins improve your mood. They'll help you feel better about yourself, and then they'll make you more likely want to have sex. Okay. So, also, or the other choice is like love your curves and, get into your body and how sexy you are. I'm sure that you look amazing and that your husband is still very attracted to you, said. So, as he should be, because you're a spectacular woman. So those are your choices. Also, I mean, you can say, you know what? I love my body. I'm going to feel good in it. I'm just going to go buy some sexy laundry that makes me feel good. Or I'm going to masturbate more and learn how to have, multiple orgasms. Pamper yourself. Get your hair and nails done. Whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful, because again, this is all coming from you. But, a big part of getting your orgasm back and reigniting the desire has to happen solo time. And so, take some time to masturbate, rediscover your body, figure out what feels good, play some music, buy yourself some toys, reward yourself if you do 25 minutes a day or once a week you work out.
15 minutes at the gym 6 days a week, you're going to start to feel fit again. You're going to start to feel like tight again. I know from experience. I just, 5 minutes to the gym, 5 minutes back from the gym, 15 minutes there. You're going to under a half hour, and it's worth it.
It's so true.
And you're going to feel way better.
You could do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. It doesn't matter, but just, do it. So overcoming, you got an O block. You got to get your mojo back. It is a mental hurdle. So just get out of your head and enjoy sex. And those are things you got to do. And it's not hard to make. This will be fun, Emily. You're 28. It's all happening.
Stop talking to yourself,
thank
kid.
you.
You're losing it. You really are sleep deprived.
Why am I talking to myself? I met Emily. Her name's Emily.
I know.
Oh, you're being cute.
Know.
Okay, everyone. Check out all of his stuff. Go to andersoncowan.com.
After Disaster Film Vault, more importantly, Cold Cockle Night, where I'm going to show all my moves.
I love it. I can't wait. And Tuesday, September 29th, I'll be at Hustler Hollywood. Also, follow me, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's Sex with Emily at Sex with Emily across the board. And thanks so much for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, you guys, I already mentioned the intensity a little earlier. We talked about the O shot, that actually this will help you with orgasmic dysfunction, the O shot, but they also recommend the intensity. I recommend it to you as well because it is a Kegel machine. It makes sure that you're doing it right. It's a medical device, but yet it's also a orgasmic machine. It takes all the confusion out of Kegels if you've been doing them wrong. We need strong vaginas. We need a healthy pelvic floor. This is the only product on the market that will do that. 5 minutes a day, and you'll be having rockin' orgasms. You'll be wanting sex more often. I know that I do. I told you I'm sleep deprived. One of the nights I was having a lot of sex. No, I'm seriously. I'm having like crazy orgasms because of my Kegel muscles. I'm sorry, but it's true that when you have stronger muscles down there, you will have better sex, and also it's healthier pelvic floor. The whole
your
thing.
Orgasms could beat the fuck out of somebody else's orgasms.
Oh yeah, and you're tighter. You could squeeze. You could rip a dick off right now.
All right, damn.
Okay, everyone, check it out. It's pourmoi.com, pourmoi.com, or go to our website. It's called The Intensity. It's the only toy you really need. Thanks for listening.